were told, certain principles were explained for an effective speech. So let me just see whether you people could recall what are those five effective principles that one should apply or one should keep in mind whenever you are talking about speaking skills. Can you quickly note it? Can you please write down those information? Can you please write down the information in the chat box? Can you mention those five effective skills that we talk about, the five effective speech or the speaking skills that we have discussed? Yes. Tanya, that's two. Okay. Aradhana, we have talked about the four P's which are always helpful or which always will help you if you are really willing to become a great speaker. All right. So, what are the things that you have to do that is mentioned in the 4P? All right. But I am talking about the five concepts. All right. So, Tanya has mentioned three. The fourth one has come from Tanya. That means Ananta Kumari and Tanya, they are the only students who are writing down the information. Even till date, you people are not carrying your notepad and pen with you whenever you are attending the session. I'll appreciate if we all can record the information, can remember what all things are being explained and taught, because when you are talking about knowing what is being taught, unless and until if you're not going to note it down, how will you judge whether the teacher has completed the syllabus or not, whether each and every concept was clearly explained or not? All right. I'll appreciate if you can really work out onto it. If my voice is not clear, I'm going to change my network, dear. Give me a minute time to change my network. Once when I'll switch on to my own network, then of course I believe the voice will be clear to hear. Just a minute, please. Rest others, how many of you have casted your vote for the first time? Is there anyone who has casted your vote for the first time?
Excuse me, ma'am.
I said I'm going to change my network and you will hear my voice clearly. Just a minute. Meanwhile, I have asked you a question. How many of you have casted your vote? Is there anyone who had casted your vote for the first time? Hmm? None?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, none of you have casted your vote. All right, no issues. Now, I hope my voice is clear. Everybody is able to hear my voice. So I'll appreciate if you people can definitely understand the importance of writing the or taking up the notes or writing the information whenever the teacher is explaining. Of course, we are going to share you the slides. Of course, every information that is explained over here will be shared through study material. But meanwhile, you should also understand that it is very important to identify what are the right ways of improving your skills. If you really want to enhance your knowledge skills, if you really want to improve your knowledge skills, you should really work out onto it. So I'll appreciate if the one who are facing problem, the one who all are facing problem, I'll request you to please log off and once again log in. You are requested to leave the meeting once, leave Google Meet, and then rejoin. Reconnect with your Google Meet and then rejoin. Once you are reconnected, please ensure that you are connected with your internet connection and you are able to join the session. Otherwise, you will be disconnected from the session.
मैम आई ट्यून के क्लास में भी ऐसे ही हो रहा था.
Okay, so I will request you to please log off. And once again log in. You are requested to leave the meeting once, leave Google Meet, and then rejoin. Reconnect with your internet connection and you are able to join the session. Otherwise, you will be disconnected from the session. Now, can you hear my voice, dear? If you can hear my voice, I'll request you to kindly mark Y in the chat box, and if not, write N. All right. Thank you. Thanks for that confirmation, Aradhana. God bless you, dear. So, the moment once when we are talking about effective speech or speaking effectively, we all need to understand that effective speech happens or effective speaking comes once when we practice or once when we apply the basic principles. When we are talking about the basic principles, we have discussed about five different principles. We talked about a combination of verbal per se non-verbal communication. Then we have discussed about the content, the kind of content that we are going to share with the audience that should be right. Then we also talked about the choice of words, the words that we are using. Again, that should be appropriate ones, that should be the right one. Then we have also discussed about the concept like catching attention. How can we grab the attention of the audience? That can be done through sharing our experiences, by talking about our personal experiences. That is called as anecdotes. When you are talking about your personal experiences and when you're sharing the story of your life, that is called as anecdote. Sometimes we add certain quotations, sometimes we add more relevant information by adding facts and figures which can generate interest, which can definitely create more interest among the audiences. And finally, the transmission rate, the rate at which we are speaking. So if you remember, we have discussed about what are the principles, the key concepts that we have to keep in our mind if we really want to speak in an effective way, and what are the principles of effective speech. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about three different things. So once when we are talking about preparation, if you remember, we were talking about the four P's: plan, prepare, practice, and then present. When we talk about prepare, what are we talking about? We are talking about the preparation. How the preparation can be good, we have to keep in our mind these three concepts. Point one, audience analysis. Know who your audience is, in front of whom you're going to talk, in front of whom you're going to share your opinion, in front of whom you're giving the information or sharing the instruction or letting people know about your opinion or your thoughts. So please identify who the audience is. This is very, very important. If you really want to become a great speaker, and particularly when you are sharing your business plan, when you are giving your presentation, the people who are going to listen to you, they will see whether you know these concepts clearly or not. So please remember, when you are sharing a business plan, when you are giving any presentation, you should know who your audience is. Say, for example, if you have completed an internship and you are going to present a project, the person who's going to give or take your give you the marks or award you the marks or conduct the viva voce, please remember the person whosoever is going to take or conduct will be an experienced person. So you have to keep in your mind, what kind of audience am I going to interact with? What is their level of understanding? What is their level of knowledge? How much information do they have? Then comes collection of material. Whenever we are talking about collection of material, here we should remember, as I have told you, check for the authentic
Excuse me,
facts.
ma'am.
Yes, dear.
We have a confusion. We got wrong mail. We got mailed about IT.
Uh, who has shared you the mail?
By the
Who has shared you the mail?
by the students.
Today is Wednesday, dear. Today is Wednesday. And from now onwards, that is from 4th November 2020, BBA and BCA A section students will have combined classes.
Oh,
Is
okay,
that
ma'am.
clear,
I'll
Abhishek
be calling them.
Kumaraja?
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
request you to please kindly check with the timetable from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. That is the reason yesterday you must have seen Rajeshwar Dayal sir has shared the latest timetable, isn't it, beta? And even Shilpi Kavita ma'am has shared the latest timetable. And on Wednesday from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, you people will be attending communicative English class. Am I clear, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Kindly check if your friends can join or if there is any other class or there is any confusion. I'll appreciate if you can clear the confusion. All right, Abhishek?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I will send them the link.
All right, Pitaji. I have already emailed them the link. Everybody has received the link of communicative English class from my end, and it is very clearly mentioned that from now onwards, I'm not going to share the link time and again because the link will remain the same and follow the timetable. I hope you all have received my email, right? So I'll appreciate if everybody could have joined this. So I'll request you, Abhishek, to kindly check with your friends, even check the timetable. Can I continue further, Abhishek?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Betaji. Thank you, dear. So, moment once when we are talking about the three concepts, please remember, dear, when we talk about these three concepts, we are talking about audience, we are talking about collection of material, and we are talking about organizing the delivery. Most of us, when we prepare, when we are trying to present, we often forget the things that we have remembered, or when we the things that we have tried to recall. So for example, if you are asked to give a speech or presentation on any of the topic, most of the time what you do as a student, what you were told, you were taught, you were explained, whatever you have prepared, you read it, you by heart it, and then you come and present. Please remember, as you are pursuing graduation and further once when you are going to pursue post graduation, preparation is very important. And when we talk about preparation, preparation doesn't mean rutting anything. It doesn't mean to read by heart and then present yourself in front of the others. Don't do that, dear. Point to be noted: whenever we analyze our audience, analyzing audience means finding out who the person is in front of whom I'm going to present my opinion, present my information, present my speech. After that, check for the information, collect the information. When we say collect the information or collect the material that you are going to collect should be logical, so that your people can recall the keywords and can present your opinion without preparing those complete sentences. Many a times you must have seen, when you are given any topic, what you do, you write the information on a piece of paper. You have the habit of writing the complete paragraph. And then you have the habit of reading that paragraph maybe 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, till the time you are not going to memorize that paragraph. And after that, after memorizing, you come to present. All of a sudden, if you forget one single word, what happens? Everything, whatever you have by hearted, that goes out of your mind, and then you become blank, isn't it? So if you really want to improve your speaking skill, tip that you should keep in your mind: point 1, always write key words. Always write key words. When you are writing keywords, what is going to happen? As you are writing keywords, you should know before, after, and how. Before, after, and how. You're going to connect different words, different sentences related to the keyword. All right, let me show you up. Say, for example, if I am talking about the youth, if I am talking about the young boys and girls of Patna now or Bihar. Now, when I say, if I am giving you a word Patna, if I give you a word Patna, can you quickly write down sentence with Patna? Using the word Patna, can you quickly write down a sentence? Can you quickly write down a sentence? Anshuman Kumar, I love Patna. Very good. So can I get these sentences even from others? Aradhna Kumari, Patna is the capital of Bihar. Very good, very good. All right. Rightly stated, Patna is the heart of Bihar. I'm going to Patna. I live in Patna. I love Bihar. I live at Patna. Love to stay in Patna. Patna is my birthplace. Patna is a big city. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, I have used a word keyword Patna. Could you understand? I use the keyword Patna, and that keyword should help you to give a complete sentence, to deliver the complete sentence. Similarly, after Patna, if I connect Gautam Buddha. Which city do you connect Gautam Buddha with? Which city are you going to connect Gautam Buddha with? Abhishek Kumar Rajak was correct. Bodh Gaya. Yes, Ritik Gaya. Yes, everybody knows. Now, what is speciality about Gaya? Can any one of you please write down the sentence, or can you all write down the sentence related to what is the speciality of Gaya? Why Gaya is so famous? Quickly, why Gaya is so famous? All right. Excellent. Yes, there is the sacred tree under which Lord Buddha meditated, and he had got the wisdom of living life, wisdom of being a human being, right? Yes. So therefore, there is a huge temple, there is a huge statue of Gautam Buddha, rightly stated, Ashish Ranjan. Yes, and Buddhism started from this particular place, isn't it? We all know about Buddhism, and we understand the importance of Buddhism. So therefore, Buddhism is one of the, again, a religion which is accepted in different countries and different nations. So that initiated from Gaya. And again, Vishnupad, yes, of course, it is famous even for Vishnupad. So please remember, as you all are writing, now what I want you to remember is, whenever you are presenting, whenever you are preparing your speech, what is the first thing that everybody should do? You should have a proper analysis of audience. Then second, collect the material. And after collecting the material, what you should do? You should organize the delivery. And in order to organize the delivery, you should remember all the five that W's as well as H. All right. What, why, when, where, who, how. You should remember all these five W and one H. When you remember these five W's and one H, what is going to happen? If you keep asking questions to yourself, dear, say for example, if I give you a topic Buddhism, if the topic is Buddhism, and I want you all to prepare a speech on the topic Buddhism, all right. So what you are going to do, you're going to write questions, and then you're going to even find the answers. Say for example, what is Buddhism? Who was the founder of this religion named Buddhism? When was it originated? And what is the importance, what are the value systems that are associated with Buddhism? So what are you doing? First, in front of whom you're going to present, that you should identify. Second, how and from where you are collecting the information. Please remember, Wikipedia is not the only reliable source, and it is anyways not reliable source, so you should keep this in your mind. So you should find the information, you should collect the information from the right sources, and then finally, you should organize the delivery. When I say organize the delivery, remember the simple thing: one, two, three, four, five. If I put five first, if I put four second, then again one, then again three, and then again two, it is haphazard, isn't it? So you should not keep your thoughts in an haphazard manner. You should not present your thoughts in an haphazard manner. Rather, what you should do, you have to collect the material, organize the material, and then deliver the material in a right way. I hope everybody could understand when we are talking about preparation of the speech. This is the third P. First is plan, then second is P, and then finally comes the practice and presentation. So once when we are talking about preparation after planning, these are the three concepts that you have to keep in your mind: audience analysis, collection of material, and then organizing the delivery. Once when you do that, what is going to happen? You will see, you will be able to speak very confidently. What are you going to speak? Now, when we talk about speech, speeches are of different types. Now, please remember why, when you are studying management courses, why people will ask you to participate in different curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities, because they all are part of your personality. Now, the moment once when we talk about impromptu, I want everybody to remember these things that I'm explaining right now. Prompt means something where the information is asked without any prior preparation. Say, for example, if I ask you to speak on the topic Diwali, and I'll ask you, come on, right now you have to speak on the topic Diwali without giving any time to prepare. Such kind of speeches is called as impromptu. Is that clear with everyone? Where no time for preparation is given, where people would love to see whether you know the information or not. Now, where are we going to use when we talk about the real life, or when we are talking about the application of impromptu? If you're working in an organization, if you are associated with any institute or organization and working there. You should know about your product, you should know about your services. All of a sudden, if you are asked to present about your organization, if anybody is asking you to share more information about the product and services, you'll not say that, no, look, though I'm working in this organization, I don't know about the product or I don't know about the services. That will not be acceptable. So you should remember, impromptu is part of our day-to-day life. Of course, people would love to know more about the company, more about the product, more about the services from the person whosoever is engaged or working with. So please remember, impromptu is part of our life. Right now, you people are associated with ISM. Now, if you don't know about ISM, people will think, what kind of student is he that he doesn't even know about his college? Similarly, if ISM is not talking about itself, then again, as a student, you will say, what kind of institute is mine? So I don't even know about my institute because nothing is mentioned about my institute anywhere. That is the reason why you will see regular updates are made on website, and that will help you to get the relevant information, and that will help you always to keep yourself abreast. So keep this in your mind whenever we are talking about impromptu speeches are those speeches wherein we don't give any time for or to the participants for a presentation, or before presentation no time is given to prepare. Next is extempore. Extempore is a kind of speech pattern wherever we have time, we have given time, where we have received the time from the other end, but we cannot use any kind of manuscript, where we have to present with the understanding, with the logical preparation and presentation, where people will appreciate if you are speaking without any assistance and aid. That is called as extempore. I repeat, though time to prepare would be given, though you will get good amount of time to prepare, yet when you are preparing at that time, people will appreciate when you are using your own piece of knowledge and information. That means people will not allow you to use any kind of handouts, or will not help you in using any kind of aids, or assistance will not be provided. So keep this in your mind. When we talk about impromptu, impromptu is something where no time is given at all for preparation. Extempore, time would be given, but here again they want the audience or the person whosoever is going to listen to you, they want to hear from you your opinion, your understanding. In when we talk about extempore, extempores are used by the management employees when you are presenting about your product. Say for example, when you are attending a meeting and you are discussing about your product in front of a client, you cannot look into the laptop and you cannot read it, because that will create a kind of gap between you and the other person. They'll think that, look, this person is working in the organization, but he doesn't even know, or she doesn't even know about his or her own product. So keep this in your mind here whenever we talk about extempore. Extempores are those where prior time would be given to prepare, but at the time of presentation, you cannot use any kind of aids or assistance. Then comes role play. Role play is very, very important. Many a times when you work in an organization, if you're working in an organization, you, like, let us suppose that you have joined the organization in the month of August or in the month of September. Hardly you have spent a month or two. You are attending a meeting along with your boss, and the presentation was to be given by your boss. But all of a sudden, due to ill health or due to some other assignment or some other priority or some other job, your manager is now not able to present that presentation. So you're not going to say that my boss is not there, so the presentation will not be given. What are you going to do? You're going to step into his shoes. You're going to take up the responsibility. You will say that, on behalf of my manager, on behalf of my senior, on behalf of my superior, or the person whosoever was there, on behalf of him or her, I'm going to take up the responsibility and I will deliver the information. That is called as role play. Don't get confused between role play and mimicry. Mimicry is acting like someone. Role play is understanding the responsibility, understanding the role, and then performing according to the role that is described or the responsibility that is given. Then comes manuscript. Manuscripts are used by people when you are talking about some information which is mentioned on a paper, and then you present exactly what you have mentioned on the paper. That is called as manuscript. Say, for example, something that you have written on a piece of paper and that you come and deliver in front of others, that is called as manuscript. You must have heard people saying that they are writing articles and then they read those articles, they present paper. Once when our college is going to start, once when the college is going to function, you will hear lot many seminars, you will hear lot many people presenting and delivering their papers. So that will be done with the help of manuscript. And finally, the debate. When we talk about debate is something where people will have different opinion. People will have different opinion. When I say different opinion in the sense, if someone is talking in favor, there can be certain people who may be talking against it. So there is a debate. When we talk about debate is people having different opinion. People will have different point of views. People may agree, people may disagree. So when we talk about these are the broad five categories of speeches which are used by all of us when we are working in an organization. It could be impromptu, it could be extempore, it could be role play, it could be manuscript, or it could be debate. Then the next is when we talk about the final slide. These are the 10 commandments. Now, when I say 10 commandments, what I'm trying to explain is you should remember, if you really want to become a great speaker, if you really want to improve your speaking skills, you have to keep these 10 things in your mind. What is the first thing? You have to identify the kind of personality you are having. So when I say kind of personality, I'm not talking about your height, I'm not talking about your color, I'm not talking about the kind of physique you are having, whether you are a tall boy, tall girl, short girl, or the color of your skin is fair, wheatish, or absolutely white. We are not discussing about that. When we talk about personality, personality comes whether you are introvert or extrovert. Extrovert are those people who love to speak, who love to connect with the audience, and they are the people who will say first and then think. But when we talk about introverts are those who love to speak. But before they present their thought, before they present their opinion, they judge. They find out what they are presenting, whether it is viable or not, whether it is suitable or not, whether it is relevant or not. So keep this in your mind. You need to identify what kind of personality you are having. Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? So keep this in your mind, everybody. So know what kind of personality you are having. And both are good. Even if you're an introvert, it is an excellent thing. Even if it is if your personality is an extrovert, even then too it is good. So you should know what at what time, what kind of personality you are having. Accordingly, get connected with your audience. When I say get connected with your audience, please remember, even though if you are an introvert or if you are an extrovert, the first thing that you all should do is know who your audience is. Remember the slide that I have presented today, wherein we have discussed about the audience. We need to analyze the audience. After analyzing the audience, the second thing, we have to collect the material. We have to gather the information from the right sources, and then finally organize our speech so that we can present it with the audience in a right way. So audience should be rightly connected. Then comes the preparation. You should prepare your speech in a right way. Remember the art of speaking. When I say art of speaking, remember the principles of effective. You should remember those all five things that we have discussed on Monday. That is verbal plus non-verbal. The content that you're going to present matters a lot. Then comes the choice of words that you are using should be relevant one. The attention of the audience should be grabbed by the speaker. And finally, the transmission rate should be a moderate one. Then comes voice modulation. You should know when to raise your voice, when to mellow down, when to be high at your voice, when to be low at your voice. So unless and until if you don't know what is voice modulation, you will not be able to do. So please remember, voice modulation is again very, very important. Then comes pauses and punches. Sometimes we add quotes. Sometimes we add certain phrases. Where to add what? Like when to add those punch lines, where to add those pauses, where to add the quotations. We have to even keep these in our mind. Many a times I often hear people using phrases, people using proverb, people using idioms, people using what the words of wisdom which are shared by the eminent personalities. It could be from APJ Abdul Kalam or Mahatma Gandhi ji or Swami Vivekanand or even from the different speakers of abroad. So please keep this in your mind that from where you are collecting the information and whether that is relevant or not, and then at what point you are going to include them. Next is listeners' participation. Are you a person who is just going on speaking and speaking without checking whether the listeners are able to understand you or not? This is very, very important. Check whether the listeners are able to grab the shared information or not. Finally, summarize whatever you have said. The delivery part should be good. When I say delivery part, you need to see whether if you are using any kind of aid, if you are using any presentation, if you are willing to give any presentation, mic is properly set or not. If there is a projector, whether the projector is properly connected with the internet connection as well as with the laptop or the desktop. If that is there, of course you can go ahead. And then finally, the positive approach. Please remember the last P as well as the first P. These two are very, very important. When we talk about personality and when we talk about positive approach, if you have personality and positive approach, automatically you will see that all the rest eight, that is, you can connect with the audience, you can prepare your speech, you can present your speech, you can voice modulate yourself, you can add right and regular pauses and punches, you can also grab the attention of the listener, you can summarize it in a beautiful way, and you can deliver it even in the right way. So keep this in your mind, dear, that personality and positive approach are very, very important. All right. So I am extremely sorry. My apologies because I'm going on reading your chat box here. I hear and I have come to know that many of you are unable to hear my voice. I am going to try my best to upload this particular presentation on the Google G Suite, and then everybody, if you have not heard this particular class in a proper way, you will get the link, you can watch the link, and then accordingly you can listen to it. All right, beta. Here is the attendance link. I request you all to mark your attendance with the help of this Google link. All right, beta. Please do that. My apologies to everyone, dear, the one who are not able to hear my voice clearly. I'm extremely sorry, but I'll try my best to upload this particular presentation on YouTube, and then accordingly you all can hear to it. All right, dear. Take care of yourself and have a wonderful day. Any doubts related to speaking skills, I'll appreciate if you can share it, if you can let me know about your doubts. All right. Even in the next class that is going to happen on Friday. God bless you all. Take care of yourself and have a wonderful day. All right, dear. Don't forget to mark your